Welcome back to Totally Thorpe. Do not start investing until you watch this video. I'm Alwyn Thorpe.
And I'm Crystal Thorpe. So today we'll be talking about an emergency fund. What is an emergency fund?
Well, it's as the name says. It's a fund that's in place for emergencies. Nothing else but emergencies. So, what is an emergency?
Well, let's start with what it's not. This is not for your hair or nails. These are things that you should have been planning for, and it should have been a part of your monthly budget. It's not for party outfits, and it's definitely not for a carnival costume. That is something we advise you to save for in the event your monthly income can't afford it. It is not for a sale. So those online sales you see for 50% off entire site and all of that, that is not an emergency. It is not for car insurance payment. That's an annual bill that comes every year. It's not a surprise. And guys, I want you to pay attention to this particular one, because we find that a lot of persons get trapped with this one. An investment opportunity, such as an IPO, is not an emergency. We find that people love to do this. They'll clear out their accounts to invest in an IPO, and when hard times hit, they run right to that investment to cover that emergency.
So let's define the word emergency. The Oxford Dictionary describes it as a serious, unexpected, and often dangerous situation requiring immediate action. For example, a car broke down. Now, Crystal and I, we work on the road, so our cars are essential to our earnings. Now, if you are anything like us, you need that vehicle. So if the transmission goes out one day, we need to ensure that we have enough funds to deal with that right away. If your roof is leaking, now this is something that can be expensive. However, it will be even more expensive to fix or replace the stuff in the house that got wet. Medical issues. Now, medical expenses can really run high.
Yes.
Especially if you don't have health insurance. Health insurance is one of those things that can really help to subsidize certain costs. Unanticipated travel. Depending on the person, there may be an emergency in another country with a relative that you have to get up and go. So depending on the case, this could be an emergency. A funeral. An unexpected death can really rack up some expenses. This is one of the reasons why life insurance is necessary. It prevents you from having to dip into the emergency fund for unfortunate events like that.
Your emergency fund should be around 3 to 6 times your monthly expenses. If you're a commission-based earner, push that up a bit. 6 to 12 times your expenses is a safe place to be. Sounds daunting, right? But if COVID-19 taught us anything, is that an emergency fund is absolutely necessary.
Why should we have an emergency fund? It protects you by allowing you to cover all your expenses in the event that you can't earn an income. So if you lost your job for some reason, you will still be able to cover your rent or mortgage, other bills, and still feed yourself and your family. You should even be able to cover your loans. It also protects you in the event that you have a bigger than normal expense. Expenses that your usual monthly budget can't handle, like the ones we listed earlier.
So now the big question is, how do we get this started? So firstly, you need to write down all your monthly expenses. How much do I need to survive each month? Then you need to look at how much can I realistically put aside towards building an emergency fund in the fastest possible time. Then all that is left for you to do is do it and stick to it.
If you do not have an emergency fund, this is not the time to be investing. It might sound weird, but here's the thing. Your investment should not be the first place that you run to when you hit a bump in the road. That is what an emergency fund is for. So this is my advice. When your emergency fund gets to at least 3 times your monthly expenses, then you can start looking at which investments would suit your goals best.
Again, guys, this is absolutely necessary if you want to experience true financial freedom. So start today if you haven't already.
So if you found these tips useful, go ahead and smash the like button. Subscribe if you haven't already, and don't forget to hit the notification bell so you never miss a video. Comment and let us know how you felt about this video. You can also let us know what topics you want us to speak on next.
Until next time, bye!